In this video, I'm going to learn / practice breaking throws in Tekken 8. And my goal here is to break 5 throws consecutively. Now, this may be a lofty goal for me, but I've learned from the Tekken sages, and I think I understand the principles and foundations of breaking throws in Tekken. Throws are very useful in Tekken, especially at low ranks, so I want to make sure that I'm able to break them to some degree and not have them be a weak point in my defense going forward. I want to build upon the proper throw breaking mechanics. And quite frankly, I don't want to get grabbed, alright? That's really what it is. Let's go. So throw breaks can be, in my head, right? Throw breaks are either a gamble or a skill, depending on what you practice. So generic throws are broken with either 1 or 2. That's what it used to be. And then you have some throws that require you to use 1 and 2 to break them. Now, each of these throws in the game have specific animations, and you need to look at the animation to see what throw is coming out. Some animations lead with the left or the right hand or both, right? So if I remember correctly, I think if it's left hand, they use 1. If it's right hand, they use 2. If it's both hands, they use 1 and 2. Maybe I'm mixing up the first 2. But either way, right, you need to learn the proper hand to break. Now, there was a change that was made. There was a change that was made in Tekken 7 where if you are hit with a generic throw, you can use 1 or 2 to break them. Problem is, some throws still require you to use the proper throw breaking mechanic. So if you see the left hand, you need to use 1. If you see the right hand, you need to use 2. So here's my method / plan to learn how to break throws. And I'm going to be focusing on the skill method. First, you need to recognize the throw. What hand is leading? Is it left, right, or both? Then you need to break the throw. Here is where you implement either the gamble or the proper throw break methods. With the gamble, you just press 1 or 2, right? Just gamble it. And gambling is still useful because you'll still break the throws to some degree. But with proper throw break, you will break throws more consistently later on because you're practicing the proper method, and it's going to become easier for you to see what hand is leading. And this leads to the third point, eye and muscle memory. The more you practice the proper throw breaks is the more your eyes and your muscle memory get linked together. So that way, when you see that 1 break, you know it's a 1 break and your body instantly breaks the grab on instinct. That's what I want. That's what I'm aiming for. Now, the more you practice the proper break or the gamble break is the better or faster you get at it. And that's a problem because if you're practicing the gamble break, it's going to be harder, or the gamble method, it's going to be harder for you to go into the proper throw breaking method, right? The skill method is harder to learn early on, but you'll get more out of it later on as compared to the gamble method. So now we're in practice mode. I've chosen King because, you know, he's the grapple of the game. He's the booty warrior of the grappling world when it comes to Tekken. So what I've done here is I've simply done this. All right, so I've selected 3 throws. The last one is the rolling death cradle. I just want to kind of practice that on my own. But these throws are all different throws. You have a 1 break, a 2 break, and a 1+2 break. So what I would recommend if you're going to practice for yourself, 1+2 break first. Because that, I think, is the most unique one. And if you can recognize that it's a 1+2, or if it's a generic throw, what you can do, to me, is recognize 1+2 and break that. And if you recognize that it's not a 1+2, you can just like mash 1 or 2, and you should be using the gambling method, and maybe you'll break it, right? Yeah, right. If you notice here, both hands come out. Boom. 2 hands. Boom. 2 hands. That's what you want to look for. What hand is leading? That was rather quick, right? So once you notice that both hands are coming out, then you can break it with 1+2. That's really it. So watch the hands. What hand is he using? Both hands. Great. So now I want to turn that off and go to 1 break. Now you can practice the 1+2 break and then practice the 1 and 2 break separately. right? So what I'm trying to do here is to look at the throw and see, all right, what hand is coming out, right? Ooh, that's a one break because the left hand comes out. Yeah. And the body turns too, right? So you can look at the body motion and see what's happening. Oh, I chose this throw because I can show you this too. What some throws that are throw combos, you can break them even mid throw combo, right? But you need a different input. So the initial throw, you break it with 1, but the second throw, you need to break it with 1 and 2. 1, 1. I'm pressing 1, 1. I'm gonna get hit by the first one and then press 1 and 2 to get out of it. Once again, spamming 1 and 2. Oh, that didn't work. Interessante. Oh, I pressed it too early. Ah, so if you press it too early, then you're gonna get hit. Ooh. I'm not really sure of the timing on that. Wait, am I doing the wrong thing here? Okay. Yeah. All right. So moving on. We are going to be looking at... Ugh. So this break, he should lead with the right hand. That's fast. See that? Boom. That's really fast. This might be one of the dumbest challenges I've ever done. Like, it's so ridiculously fast. All right. Okay. Oh my God. Boom. First attempt. It's all three. I'm not doing the rolling deck cradle. Just all three. All three. Let's look at this first. Double. 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, double, double. Alright, he got me. 1. Oh, what? Okay, so that was our one break. That was our one break. So that count. Okay. Okay. Okay, that was... The one break is getting me. Oh? No. Oh my God. Alright. Okay. It's the one break. 1, 2. Okay, you got me. Okay, you got... You got me. Get, bro. Okay. Okay, 2. 1 plus 2. 1 plus 2. 1. 2. 1. That's 1 plus 2. Oh my God. No, that's not 1 plus 2. That's okay. 1. Okay, that was it. Why are these so hard to see up close? Yeah, it's kind of hard to see it up close. Okay. 1. 2. Who? Huh? What? Dude. Okay. You got me. You got me. 1. 1 plus 2. That was 1. 1 plus 2. Wait, what is that? That is the 1. So the problem that I'm having is really up close. It's hard to see what hand is being led. Is leading. That's not it. One. Okay. Yes. No. Yes. No. This is really hard. Okay. All right. Okay. My guy. Oh. Yes. Oh. Oh, I think that was 5. I think that was 5. Oh, sweet Jesus. That was so goddamn difficult. And I'm still gonna keep practicing it, right? But it is so hard to see what hand is leading to break the grab. Granted, I got my 5, but it was still very difficult. And since I've, gotten my 5, let's look at the rolling death cradle. So the rolling death cradle, I believe the initial throw, you break it with a 1. And then if you miss the 1, then you can break it with a 2. Yes, so that's the rolling death cradle. Yeah. You see how much damage that does? And you can't break that mid him rolling with you on the ground. 1. That didn't work. Okay, so I didn't break that one. Yeah. And if you notice with the rolling death cradle, he uses both hands. To break. So what I notice here is he's going to do a dash in. I think you call that a wave dash or a crouch dash. So he's going to dash in with a wave dash or a crouch dash. That's how you can tell he's going to try to pull the rolling death cradle, but it's still hard to tell because he uses both hands. So if you are practicing the proper method to break throws, that'll catch you. But once you realize he's doing the arm break, you can just mash 2 and that will minimize the damage that you take. Let's go again. All right. So that's the 1 break. 1 break. Look at the dash. This is the 2. Mashing 2. Great. Mashing 2. Great. That's how you deal with that. Missed. So I'm mashing 2. Dope. Man, this game is really difficult. Like, It would be good if they implemented easier animations for me to see what hand is actually being thrown out here. Because when you're really close, it's hard to see where the hands are. Now, breaking throws is always going to be difficult in Tekken 7, but I think it gets easier because even running these drills, I could feel myself seeing what hands are leading and instinctively breaking things once I get into the rhythm. But I noticed that it's kind of hard to see the hands if you're really close. And also, depending on your angle, you can't see the hands. Like here, you can only see his left hand. You can only see his left hand. You can only see his left hand. So when you're in certain positions, it's harder to see both hands. Like now I can see him, but it's still kind of off to the side, right? So yeah, breaking throws, I think it's one of the hardest things in Tekken, but given enough practice, you can do it. You can give yourself a higher percentage of breaking these throws. I still feel defeated. Like I only did 5, but it still felt really challenging.